Okay, so the number one thing that you're not going to understand and that you're going to want to look out for when you come to the Philippines and you're a Western man looking for a partner, looking for a Filipina to settle down with, there has been something said many times in expat circles and passport bro circles, and that is, if you date or marry a Filipina, you're dating or marrying the whole family. And that can be true, especially if your girl is not a big breadwinner, big massive earner. That can be very, very true. A lot of times, even into a Filipina's 30s or 40s, their parents can be making decisions for them, unfortunately. So you may be evaluated on your wealth and your ability to provide for not only their daughter, but for them as well. Now, this isn't 100% of the time. If the girl's a big earner, she'll handle her parents' stuff. There's a lot of rich people in the Philippines that handle their own thing. But if you're meeting girls on like dating sites and stuff like that, and they're very aggressive with you, sometimes there could be a bit of a financial motivation there. And it's not just because you're so dashingly handsome. Your value is going to be similar to what it is in the United States. However, there's a major wealth gap that will bridge that 50 extra pounds you have, or that 15 extra years that you have, to where you would not qualify for said woman in the United States. So you just must be honest with yourself and understand that your value is basically the same. It's just the wealth gap is so big that in the province you're a king, and even in the city, a lot of city girls might be making $600 a month. So if you got $3,000 a month, or you got a bunch of money in the bank or something, you're still a big come up, you know? That might be your little shoebox skyscraper apartment, what she makes in a whole month, and she may need to help out her family or whatever. So the reality is, you could be looked at it as an opportunity by Filipinos and Filipinas, friends, people you're dating, people you meet in passing, acquaintances, etc. If you like to brag about your salary, or you look very financially stable, people will look at you for opportunities, whether to overcharge you for things, real estate deals, to a bottle of water. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to be honest and tell the truth on this channel, because that's what I like to do. But this is no shade to Filipinos. I've lived here for almost 2 years, and they've been kind to me, and everything's fine. If someone tries to foreigner price you on a condo or a bottle of water, you can just say no. They're just trying to make a living. Everyone does it in every country. But what I do want you to understand is that a woman could be 40 years old and her parents could be making decisions in her love life and otherwise. Woman could be 30 years old, etc. In America, that just wouldn't be a thing. You know, many times we have a distant relationship with our parents. They would never dare butt into our personal business regarding that stuff. But if you're relying on your parents, or living with your parents, or, you know, whatever the case may be, you're just a highly religious person that's close with their parents, they can literally veto a boyfriend if they don't like his occupation, or if he's not going to give support, or whatever the case may be. As weird as that would seem in America, you know, some people are still in that, you know, Latinos are very close and live together till the children get married or whatever. But, you know, Western white guys and stuff, we don't really do that. We're usually out of the house by 18 or 22 or after college, and we date who we want to date. We do what we want to do. Well, in the Philippines, there's a little bit more of a tight-knit family thing where parents are always considered. And sometimes, you know, you're marrying the whole family, you're dating the whole family, and financial support will be expected for both. Certainly for the daughter, obviously, if you marry somebody, you take care of them financially, realistically, especially if you have more money than them, which is going to be 99% of the time in the Philippines. But sometimes it is a package deal, as people would say, and the parents get to come along for that ride at whatever level, whether that's $100 a month or thousands of US dollars a month, and you change their whole life and become essentially a sugar daddy to the whole clan. I'm happy for that to happen. Don't want that not to happen. If you're a wealthy man, or you're in a crazy age gap, I think you should make that happen. But if you're not, understand that you will be screened a bit if your girl's not a massive earner that's taking care of them, or they're not wealthy. And it'll be more than just your handsome face and your waistline going into the consideration on whether or not you will marry or date their daughter. On top of that, you should never go to the province, say, to meet a girl's parents unless you're ready to marry her. First of all, it's going to be an uncomfortable situation. You're going to have to travel and probably take many buses and stuff like that. A lot of these guys go straight from chatting online to the first meeting in the province with 50 people and stuff like that. And they're still basically physically in the friend zone. And it's an uncomfortable, awkward situation. And the first question is always going to be, what are your intentions with our daughter? Are you marrying our daughter? Doesn't matter if you're young or old. Your better bet, if the woman is comfortable or wants to bring a chaperone or something, is to fly them to Cebu or Manila or whatever, and figure out if you're even, have attraction to them and they have attraction to you. Because there's no reason to go to the province if you are not even sure if you're attracted to someone, or you're not even sure if this relationship is going to go the distance, or she's going to be attracted to you, you're going to be attracted to her, etc. So this is just stuff that should be common sense, but it's not that common. And I've been living here a while. I've seen a lot of guys, vloggers and regular guys, get caught up in this type of situation where they go to the province and they're putting the cart before the horse. They're putting themselves in an uncomfortable situation where they're going to meet 20 people. They'll be expected to pay for some things, a lechon, a party, a resort, many different things. One last thing, when you're coming in for your first time, if your girl's going to fetch you at the airport, quote unquote, you need to find out if she's bringing anyone. A lot of times they like to bring a lot of people, and you may not be comfortable or familiar with that, and you wouldn't even need to ask in America, right? The girl would never show up to meet her LDR with 10 chaperones or a caravan of people. So these are just things that are cultural differences. Religion is big, marriage is big. Filipinas date to marry generally, so you just need to understand this. Try to come over here with an abundance mindset and a different mind frame than you were in the West. Understand that you're the prize and take your time rather than jumping into a relationship and getting handcuffed at the airport with the first girl that you meet. I know it's hard, but it can pay dividends. I stayed single for a year when I moved here, and it was the smartest thing that I ever did, and I would do it again. You want to be with somebody that's financially stable. If you're not wealthy, if you're, going in a big age gap, you're almost guaranteed in an arrangement and not a relationship. I know this is hard to hear, but this is the truth. You really want to choose wisely and find someone that really loves you. Not just someone that says I love you, but their actions say that they love you. That's a big thing to say I love you, but if somebody's actions show otherwise, believe their actions, not those 3 little corny words that are thrown around way too loosely in any country. So you just want to keep that in mind as you enjoy these white sand beaches and go on these dating sites and enjoy this beautiful country. There are major cultural differences. A lot of times it'll be hard to find a woman that will put you first. A lot of times her parents will come first. She may have a child in the province or something that comes first. Her career may come first. If you can find a woman that puts you first, that's a major green flag. And just understand that they are heavily influenced by their parents under every circumstances, unless they are a massive breadwinner supporting everyone and they make, 200,000 pesos a month and their parents are on the payroll. Then if they fall in love with you, they will bypass their parents' thoughts on what you are or aren't. You will also be considered handsome here, even if you are not considered handsome in the West. That's just a fact. There's many guys that I see that are considered handsome by Filipinas that I know that are definitely not handsome in a Western country. The bar is much lower. You're considered tall if you're like 5'8". You could be like a goofy guy, but you're a foreigner. You have white skin, you have black skin, you have blue eyes, whatever the case may be. So they are going to like that automatically. Long nose, you know the drill. So just want to be honest with you guys and tell you the truth about dating out here, the fact that you can be looked at as an opportunity, and the level of influence that a Filipina's family has, and the role that religion plays in the Philippines, and the dating to marry thing, looked at as an opportunity, all that good stuff. With all that being said, lived here since 2022, have a great Filipina, and I will be staying here. Just want to give you some cautionary stuff for some first timers or people that are new to this. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I do consultations. Jasperinthephilippines at gmail.com if you're interested in a consultation. All the stuff is in the about section. I go live every day at 9 a.m. here in Boracay Island, my second home, Puro Huayl. And sana all.